What's up? Fuck. Why is this not working? Alright, I gotta mess with my settings real quick. Here, y'all are gonna stay on. Here. There's a strong storm in this camera right here. Y'all are gonna stay on that for a minute while I get everything all set up. Ugh. Oh my lord, I'm tired. Today will not be a long stream, just for your guys' information. Today will not be a long stream. I'm so tired. Settings, hotkeys. Scene 2, search to see. Alright, there we go. What's up, Ryan? Welcome. Dude, my stupid scenes are not working right now, guys. This is tweaking me out. Make me tweak. Anyways. Alright. Let's get locked in. This is gonna be a pretty quick stream because I got some work I gotta get done. And I'm also tired as hell, so yeah, I'm really tired. I'm exhausted from lacrosse, so this is gonna be a pretty shorter stream. It's gonna be about 30, 35, maybe 40 minutes. Welcome everyone. Welcome. We got some big news today, guys. Oh my. Yeah, day 7 outlook. Current day 3 outlook. Look at the size of that hatched risk zone. That is wild. That is wild how large that is. Yeah, I have school tomorrow too, and I just got back from lacrosse a little bit ago. And I'm running. Me and my dad were discussing some information last night. I'll tell you guys soon. So, what is up, Tangy? Welcome. All right. That is a huge flooding MD. Heavy rainfall. Yeah, makes sense. Anyways, we got a couple of you guys in here. Alright, yeah, that works. Alright. I'm gonna hop on to Radar Omega. What's up? What is up, everyone? Oh yeah, here we go. Radar Omega time, baby. Where the potential tornado outbreaks will happen, basically anywhere within this zone. Let me get a black color. There we go. Anywhere within here. That's right. Whoa, $2. Whoa, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh my lord. I really appreciate that, Tangy. You did not need to do that. I really appreciate it. Holy moly. Thank you very much, Tangy. I appreciate it. That'll go towards gas money for this Friday. Because we got a solid 1,000 miles to drive out there to northeast Oklahoma. Anyways, this is for Friday, guys. This is the current day 3 outlook. We have a very large enhanced risk of severe weather in place. For much of eastern Kansas, western, northwestern Missouri, most of east central Oklahoma. Illinois, you shouldn't be too bad. I'm thinking mostly just a damaging wind threat up there. Maybe like a low end tornado threat, like a 2% tornado threat. But I mean, down here in like southeastern Kansas, northeast Oklahoma, I expect a moderate risk for tornadoes to occur. So I do expect a moderate risk to be issued tomorrow, and if it doesn't, I would be a little shocked. I'm not gonna lie, based on the environment we got ahead. Be lucky that you get gas money. We're gonna need that because we definitely got a decent trip ahead for Friday. Can it change? Yeah, it can change. I just don't expect much of Illinois to really be in that high end of a threat yet as of now. Not thinking too much for Illinois as of now, but yeah, Southeast Michigan may get some storms out there like during the afternoon and evening. It's kind of hard to tell, but you guys are in a general thunderstorm risk as of now. Might get upgraded to a marginal risk. I don't really know. It is storm season after all, so you guys might get upgraded to a marginal risk as we go into further outlooks, but as of now, you're in a general thunderstorm risk. But yeah, this is for Friday. This is day 3. Friday, day 3. This actually went day 4 enhanced risk. Yeah, you're welcome, Aaron. This actually went day 4 enhanced risk. I got some screenshots of it, obviously, but it went day 4 enhanced risk. Whoa, another $2 from Tangy. Oh, good lord, dude. I really appreciate it, Tangy. You don't need to keep doing that. You do not need to keep doing that. I really appreciate it, though. I really appreciate it, Tangy. Everyone spam W's in the chat. With Friday, we got a pretty decent environment coming up ahead of this event. So, there's a chance for some strong tornadoes on Friday, once again, in southeastern Kansas and like northeastern Oklahoma. There is a pretty decent chance of some strong tornadoes. Currently, the SPC is expecting some supercells to develop all throughout this region and then conjoin into a line in a QLCS as they move off to the east. So, yes, you did give me $4, Tangy. I really appreciate it. So, we got a pretty decent setup. We also got a negatively tilted trough that's most likely going to occur in the region out here in the Great Plains, which is going to bring a lot of defluence up aloft, which does create lift for storms to develop, which is very, very important when it comes to severe weather. We'll go in more into thermodynamics in a minute. Once again, this stream's only going to be about like 35 minutes because I'm just so tired and exhausted. I like cannot think straight right now. Yeah, Tangy, that is true. That is true. I want to look at radar. I might get some storms tonight, honestly. I got to set up my phone and start recording. Yeah, there's some lightning down here, too. Might get a little thunderstorm or 2 tonight. How about that, guys? How about that? Might get a thunderstorm or 2 tonight. Yeah, that's going to be exciting. Alright. It's going to be really exciting to see some storms. But yeah, this is, Friday is our big day, guys. Friday is our big day for now. I'm going to start moving into the thermodynamics for Friday. As of now, once again, eastern Kansas, well, holy lag, eastern Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma, even like south central Oklahoma is under an enhanced risk as of now, as well as western and northwestern Missouri, and a very, very thin sliver of Arkansas. Very, very thin sliver. Welcome back, Aaron. I'm going to go into more of the thermodynamics now that we are closer to the event. We're only about 30 some hours out from the event. Really, like, starting. So, do got some stuff to watch for. So again, GFS absolutely is dog water at handling this event like it always is. GFS doesn't even show storms firing, so we're not going to pay attention to that because that's not going to happen. 500 millibar translation, though, is what's concerning. This is 0Z. This is not right. What am I talking about? Oh, yeah. Still crazy. Yeah, You're going to use WeatherWise for storms? Yeah, WeatherWise is a really good app, especially for amateur storm spotters. This is currently Friday's trough ejection. And you can see, guys, it is a pretty classic Great Plains severe weather outbreak. You can see nice flow around 60 knots or so. And as we go during the day, it ejects over the Rockies, and we start getting some belts of up to 80 to 90 knot flow, even some areas approaching 100 knots of flow at the 500 millibar range. It's a very classic Great Plains severe weather setup, guys. Nice and negatively tilted trough, digging into the Great Plains. Going over to surface and precipitation, we got dew point. I want to go over to dew points. These are very important. As you can see, this trough drags a lot of dew points up in the region, guys. We're talking about a very widespread area of dew points approaching the low to mid 60s, some areas approaching the high 60s possibly. You can see a lot of moisture is dragged up from the Gulf, so pretty stacked environment when it comes to severe weather. Oh, I will in a minute. RFS, I will. There is going to be a little bit of a warm nose on this event. As you see, this is a tornado sounding, and this is in southwest Oklahoma, I believe. Oh, no, east central Oklahoma. Tor sounding, there is a little sliver of a warm nose on this sounding. Let me go to one more north near Tulsa. And you can see very sliver bit of a warm nose, which may cause less convection to fire, but I'm not too concerned about that. I do feel like quite a bit of storms will fire for sure. And that's another Tor sounding out there in Tulsa, which is me and my dad's target as of now. As you can see, just a lot of moisture. And once again, guys, I will go over March 10th. March 10th could be a pretty large day. As you can see, we have a day 7 slight risk currently in place for a very large area out here in the Great Plains into the Mississippi Valley area. Very large day 7 slight risk for March 10th. Just so you guys know, it's March 4th right now. So yeah, 6 days out from now. Anyways, where's that sounding at? All right, anyways. Let's move on to the Euro. Go on to the Euro. I'll look at the RFS in a minute. I will look at the RFS in a minute. Yeah, Euro shows like mid to high 60s dew points throughout the Red River Valley area. We're getting some 66s. Some areas approaching 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's go into upper air. I want to look at the 500 millibar jet translation. Yeah, the Euro has a less aggressive of a trough because it doesn't have a closed low with the trough. Okay. There you go. As you can see. Oh, yeah, definitely severe weather for you, possibly. This is March 6th, by the way. You can see, here's the trough. It doesn't have a closed low, like what the GFS is showing, but it still does have a pretty strong belt of flow approaching around 80 knots. The Euro is showing less of an extreme severe weather event, but I want to see what precipitation shows before I even start really going into dew points and stuff. Yeah, it does show some supercells, guys. It does show supercells out there. Yeah, it does show some supercells developing as well as a potential QLCS event. But again, models have kind of sucked when it comes to showing this event recently, so I'm not too sold on any models as of now. Any models. Go to dew point again. Yeah, dew point. I forgot I already talked about that. Sorry, I told you guys I'm tired. Forgot I even talked about dew points. Right now, my dad said there's about a 60% chance for chasing. So, pretty decent chance for chasing, guys, out here in Oklahoma. Good old Oklahoma. Interesting is a good way to put it. But yeah, I'm excited. Even if we don't really get some tornadoes or intense winds, I am gonna be excited to see just storm structure, the setups themselves, some cool lightning. So should be interesting, and hopefully we don't see any major event occur for Friday. So, I mean, guys, it's really all we can talk about. High dew points, across a large swath, nice jet translation. Um, it's a primed environment, guys. The only problem is the cap. The cap is going to be pretty decent. I wouldn't say the cap is going to be strong. By no means the cap is going to be really strong. But the cap could be a limiting factor, as well as potential like convection disruption from the day before, which also, guys, let's get a round of applause for the first ever 5-hatch tornado risk in history. Like, this is insane. Now the new outlooks, guys, our first ever 5% hatch tornado risk is in place. You'll watch the live stream? Yeah. I'm definitely going to stream our way down. It's 14 hours, so yeah, it's going to be fun. And then today we also do have a 5% tornado risk in place tonight, too, which don't see really doing much. Tomorrow could be decent. We could see some very large hailstorms. And obviously, Friday is going to be a pretty big day, which I still agree on a moderate risk upgrade, either tomorrow or Friday morning. Our day 7 event, guys, like, this is insane, dude. It has been a while since I have seen a day 7 slight risk get put in place. I want to read the discussion for this. West, southwesterly mid-level flows forecast to continue on Monday across much of the central and eastern U.S. Low-level moisture return is forecast to take place over the southern and central plains, where the model suggests moderate instability will be possible by the afternoon. As a low-level jet strengthens over the afternoon and evening, isolated to scattered severe thunderstorms should develop in areas that heat up sufficiently. Severe threat would be possible, however, spatial uncertainty exists concerning where any threat will be the greatest. This is Monday. Tuesday, model forecasts are in general agreement, moving an upper-level trough northeastward into the southern high plains. An associated mid-level jet is forecast to eject northeastward ahead of the system. Model forecasts suggest that an air mass ahead of the trough will become moderately unstable by Tuesday afternoon. This, combined with strong large-scale ascent, should support scattered severe storms in the afternoon and evening. Favored severe threat is expected from the parts of the southern and central plains eastern into the Ozarks. And then, obviously, as Wednesday goes on, it just kind of system weakens and moves off to the east. This is from Broyles, too. That's from Broyles. Chris Broyles. I want to go over to the day 3. Day 3 is from Broyles as well, I believe. No, that's from Grams. All right. Still good. All right. Yeah, guys, I mean, there's not really much else to talk about. The event is still far away. Me and my dad are currently expecting to leave around midnight on, like, Friday morning. So, midnight Friday morning. And we don't really know yet. We might actually leave tomorrow night and stay in St. Louis. But we're expecting to drive down towards Columbus, hop on I-70 east until St. Louis. And then, let me hop on Radar Omega. Here we go. We're going to... If we leave tomorrow, we're going to stay in St. Louis. It's about 6 hours, 8 hours to St. Louis. And then we're going to drive down I-44 towards Springfield and into Tulsa. Where, guys, me and my dad get to Tulsa. Me and Weston's Weatherwise are going to meet up and meet each other in person for the first time ever. So that could be awesome. We're going to get a photo most likely together. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty good time. Getting Tulsa, depending on how it is, we might drive a little more north into southern Kansas, southeastern Kansas. Maybe south. I don't think south will go, but Tulsa's our main target, and then we'll obviously move around from there. Try to target some discrete supercells, get crazy structure, maybe a tornado or two, and hope that nothing bad really happens, but we have a good chase. That's our current plan. It's around 2,000 miles round trip, but it should be awesome if we go. I'll have an update tomorrow morning. I'll make a post tomorrow morning before school on what the current SPC outlook is. for the moment, I will do a post about that. So stay tuned for that, guys. Yeah, you guys will see a post tomorrow morning. We'll see what really occurs. And what do you mean, sorry? Was killing a spider. Oh yeah, you're fine. Don't worry. I don't really like spiders either. But yeah, guys. I mean, there's not really much else to talk about for this event. Day 7 is still too far out to go into any specifics. Again, tomorrow I'll make a post in the morning going over at the time, the day 6 outlook and our day 2 outlook, which will be Friday's event. Once again, I still think a moderate risk is quite very possible. Thinking hail and tornado driven is most likely scenarios for that. So in the area, I'd expect a moderate risk would be around the Tulsa area into southeast Kansas. Sort of like, not that. Let me go more like, kind of like that. That's what I think a moderate risk would be like. Something like that. So I do think a moderate risk is still possible for sure. So we shall see, guys. We shall see. Definitely expect southeastern Kansas into northeastern Oklahoma to be under a moderate risk, though. Something like that. So for either 45 hatched hail risk, and then a 15 hatched tornado risk. I'll also go into specifics too, so I'm obviously going to upload our 2 outlooks, our categorical, and then our day 6 event. I'll also upgrade the parameters, the tornado, wind, and hail. So tomorrow morning should be a decent post. If things get really severe, I will stream tomorrow evening after lacrosse. And yeah, Friday should be a pretty decent day, guys. If everything continues to go as the way it is right now, we're going to be chasing. If it downtrends for some reason, then we're not chasing. I'll just stream the event most likely. Yeah, that's about it, guys. With that, I'm about to end stream. Not really much else to talk about. I appreciate all you guys stopping by and watching. Tangy, I really, really appreciate the support. That'll go towards gas money. That'll go towards gas money. And thank you all for watching. See you on the next one.